GTA 6 has a massive problem, and the bigger the game is, the worse that problem could become. It has nothing to do with the graphics, characters, or story. The problem is the scale. We're only a few months away from GTA 6, and one thing is obvious, this game is going to be enormous. We're getting Vice City, Port Gellhorn, smaller towns, highways, beaches, swamps, islands, and what appears to be a huge portion of Leonida. On paper, that sounds incredible. But a bigger map does not automatically create a better game. If Rockstar is not careful, GTA 6's open world could make one of GTA Online's biggest problems even worse. GTA Online is packed with heists, businesses, races, robberies, and hundreds of vehicles. But once you strip away the different mission descriptions, much of that content becomes the same basic objective. Drive to point A, pick something up, drive to point B, drop it off, and return home. Want to complete a heist setup? Drive from downtown Los Santos to Paleto Bay, steal something, and drive back. Want to sell your business goods? Drive to Sandy Shores in one of the slowest vehicles Rockstar could possibly give you. Want to complete an agency contract? Follow a guy driving 10 miles below the speed limit across half the map while you resist the urge to blow him up. They are technically different missions, but the gameplay is often almost identical. This is where the size of the map becomes a double-edged sword. A massive map creates variety and makes cities feel believable. But it can also become an obstacle standing between you and the gameplay you actually want. Exploring Blaine County for the first time was exciting. Every road, mountain, and town felt new. But after making the same drive for the 100th time, you are not exploring anymore. You are commuting. There is a huge difference between choosing to explore and being forced across the map, because an objective spawned 10 minutes away. Paleto Bay itself is not the problem. The problem is being forced to drive there in a delivery van that can barely make it up a hill. That is what worries me about GTA 6. If its map is much larger than GTA 5's, these problems could become much worse. Imagine owning a business in Vice City, only for the game to send you through miles of swamps, farmland, and empty highways whenever you need supplies. Then, when you finally return, your next mission sends you straight back in the opposite direction. A journey that already feels tedious in GTA Online could become twice as long. A huge rural landscape might be impressive at first, but eventually it can start feeling like padding. Instead of 15 minutes of gameplay, a mission gives you 3 minutes of action surrounded by 12 minutes of driving. And whether it is intentional or not, that kind of design also works perfectly with GTA Online's monetization. The longer it takes to earn money, the more tempting it becomes to simply buy it. Why spend hours repeating deliveries, driving slow vehicles, and waiting through cooldowns when the game offers a way to skip part of that grind with real money? I am not saying every inconvenient mission was secretly designed to sell shark cards, but the effect is still the same. When profitable activities become slower, receive longer cooldowns, or fail to keep up with the cost of new content, buying in-game currency becomes more appealing. Rockstar wants GTA 6 to be amazing, but it is also a business, and GTA Online has made an unbelievable amount of money. A massive map could create the deepest online world we have ever seen. Or it could give Rockstar more empty roads to send us down in a garbage truck. So how could they actually prevent this? First, I would make businesses more regional. Since GTA 6 will feature major locations like Vice City and Port Gellhorn, businesses should mainly operate within the region where you purchase them. Suppose you own a cocaine lockup in Vice City. You should not constantly be forced to travel to Port Gellhorn or some random building in the swamps just to collect supplies. That's ridiculous design. Instead, you could steal from rival gangs, intercept shipments at the docks, raid warehouses, or hijack trucks within the city. When it is time to sell, you could move the product through local nightclubs, street dealers, wealthy clients, or criminal groups that distribute it throughout the city for you. That creates a complete criminal ecosystem within Vice City. And it makes logical sense. Why would I take a shipment of cocaine out of one of the largest cities in Leonida and drive it into the middle of nowhere when most of my customers live in the city? Port Gellhorn could have its own criminal economy where businesses are cheaper but earn less. Perhaps you work with bikers, smugglers, or corrupt truckers instead of wealthy clients. Each region could have its own advantages, contacts, and illegal activities. You would not travel to Port Gellhorn because the game randomly selected it. You would travel there because it offers opportunities you cannot find anywhere else. The second solution would be to make airplanes and boats a much bigger part of the game. They exist in GTA 5, but often feel like an afterthought because nearly every major activity is still designed around roads. GTA 6 could change that. Unlike cars, planes, and boats can avoid traffic completely, there are no intersections, buildings, or crowded highways blocking the way. Rockstar could create businesses built around air and sea travel. You could smuggle products to nearby islands, transport stolen cars by ship, intercept coastal shipments, or fly cargo between airstrips. Cars would make sense inside cities. Boats could dominate the coastline and islands. Planes could become the fastest way to move between distant regions. Instead of simply making every journey longer, the size of the world would encourage players to choose the best way to travel. Rockstar should also give every region its own activities and criminal opportunities. The countryside should not just be something you pass through on the way to somewhere interesting. Port Gellhorn could have its own gangs, robberies, properties, street races, businesses, and underground economy. The swamps could contain smuggling routes, hidden drug labs, illegal hunting, police escape routes, or places to dispose of evidence. Smaller towns could have local banks, stores, warehouses, dealerships, and criminal groups that operate differently from those in Vice City. The key is that these areas need to offer something unique. In GTA 5, most players stay in Los Santos because that is where almost everything important happens. The northern half is massive, but you usually visit for one mission and immediately return to the city. GTA 6 could fix this by creating several smaller gameplay hubs instead of placing nearly everything in Vice City. Each region could have its own properties, mission contacts, safe houses, stores, and activities. Arriving in another city would feel like entering a different part of the game instead of extending your commute. Rockstar should also change how mission locations are selected. If I own a business in Vice City, most of my missions should happen in or around Vice City. Long journeys should be reserved for missions important enough to justify them. A normal sale could happen locally, while a rare buyer on the other side of the map might offer twice as much money. The difference is choice. The player chooses to make the trip because the reward is worth it. Long-distance missions should feel like major operations with larger shipments, tougher enemies, specialized vehicles, and much higher payouts. If I am traveling across Leonida, it should feel like I am moving something important, not delivering another box that could have spawned anywhere. And to be clear, empty space is not automatically bad. A huge open world needs quiet areas. The countryside creates contrast and gives players room to breathe. Red Dead Redemption 2 proved that wilderness can be memorable when it contains unexpected encounters, hidden locations, wildlife, environmental storytelling, and real reasons to explore. Rockstar does not need to place a robbery or explosion in every field and swamp, but every region needs a reason to exist beyond making the map look bigger in a trailer. The problem is not that GTA 6 might be too big, the problem is that its gameplay might not justify that size. I do not want the biggest map Rockstar has ever made if most of it exists only to separate me from my next objective. I want every city to feel different, every region to offer unique opportunities, and traveling across the map to feel like a decision instead of a punishment. GTA 6 could create the greatest open world we have ever seen. But if Rockstar repeats GTA Online's mission design on an even larger scale, the most impressive part of the game could also become its biggest problem. So what would you rather have? The largest GTA map ever created, or a smaller world where almost every location gives you a reason to stay? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more GTA 6 content. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.